Hey, coaches. Coach G here with 8-man breakdowns. Let's get started. Today, we're going to be breaking down the dagger concept in 8-man. What I'll do is go through a couple different route combos from the dagger concept and break them down from a couple different spread formations here in 8-man. So we'll start first with the true spread formation. All right, a 2x1 look here. Let me switch over to the huddle playbook to show you the play art. All right, so first off, though, so here we go. We got the 3-2 defense. We got the 2x1. First off, I'll say I view dagger as a variation of vertical levels concept because most of the times, the throw is expected to land behind the linebackers and give that outside wide receiver a lot of room to work in the inside. So here, let me get into the actual play breakdown. So the dagger play I like the best is probably the most common of dagger concept with the outside receiver running that 10 to 15-yard bender route. So let me put that on here first. In this case, I'm probably only going to go about 10 yards and probably more straight across there like that. The inside guy, the second receiver here, is going to run like an inside vertical seam route. And then the backside doesn't really matter. I'd say you can put them on a hitch, put them on a quick out, put them on here on a corner, outside, mandatory outside release, and then a comeback even. Anything that's going to keep him, especially in a zone defense, outside of the middle of the field where we're trying to hit the dagger behind the linebackers. All right, another thing, speaking of the linebackers, a way you could get them out of the play is running that play action right there. Get them to step up and then throw behind. Especially covered 3 zone here is what I expect the most anyway. Out of a spread look, if they're going to stay 3-2, I'm expecting zone. So he's going to stay deep corner because this guy's going to get vertical, and that's going to drive him back a little bit, especially if they play off to start like this far, like they are here in this situation. Then the safety is going to have to stay, in the middle of the field, especially early on. If he sees this guy coming down the seam and then getting vertical, I think that's also going to hold the safety in the middle there. All right, so that's the reason why I run it the way I do, and that's the basic breakdown of dagger, trying to hit that bender route right behind the linebackers, and it usually is open. And the reason I like this version of the dagger more than the next one I'll show you is because we've got a four-man protection here, three O-line and the tailback on the play action. Now, if they sit back, the linebackers, if they don't read the backfield, they don't care about the backfield, then run inside zone, right? Attack him. He blocks there. He can step to the inside. You can even run inside zone read. But anyway, take advantage of what the defense does. That's kind of one of my philosophies overall anyway. But yeah, if they do step up on the play action, hit that dagger route right behind them. All right, so there's the first cut up here, breakdown of the dagger concept in 8-man. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, now we're going to look at a empty trips look. Let me switch back over to the huddle playbook to the other one. Okay, so now the dagger play I like most out of the trips set is what I'm going to call a shallow dagger post, and I'll get into that. I'm just, to translate it, to make it easier translatable, I'll just put I'm calling each route the actual concept name of the route. So I'll go through it here real first. First of all, though, I got them in a 3-2, but the only thing I changed here was they shifted the linebacker out to match the coverage with 3 guys in defensive coverage. All right, so here we go. We got shallow dagger post is what I got. So there's the shallow 4 to 6 yard shallow cross. Here's the 8 to 10 yard bender, the dig route. And then we've got the tailback running the post. All right. Okay, so I like running this play to the weak side better because there's only one defender over here. So it is a true flood concept. But here, now let me get into it a little bit more. So it's definitely like an inverted version of the Mills concept where you've got a post and then a dig. In this case, you've got the bender, speed dig, and then the post. So flipped. All right. So with that first receiver's running the shallow cross at 4 to 6 yards, this is going to pick on, especially if they run man, that would be our look. It's going to make this linebacker choose. All right. So it's put in the middle linebacker here. He's got to make an inside out read. Is he going to stay inside and help, down the middle? Or is he going to try to go out and cover this shallow cross if it's man? If there's no help, then we're going to throw that in man. All right. Then if he stays down with the shallow cross, or if he's just spying the quarterback, that's when we look to throw behind the linebacker. And in this case, if they're in zone, let's say, he's got to honor the post. He's going to step in minimum. He might chase across, but I don't think he's going to get there, even if he does. This is the guy. We're hoping that this corner, actually, I didn't even draw the wise route. So I'd have him run a corner or, again, an out route just to occupy this corner, keep him out of the middle, and then there's our throw, especially if it's zone and the linebacker's spying the quarterback and he doesn't drop. All right. So there you go. You put the corner on that, basically the corner here and the linebacker on that inside out read. They got to choose. Are they going to stay inside and help, or are they going to go outside and actually defend these guys? And then you take the opposite guy. Whoever they don't cover, hit him. All right. And like I said, I like going to the weak side of the formation due to there being less defenders on that side. And if they don't honor the trips, so if a safety starts here in the middle, and like I said, and there is less defenders over here, you got 2x2 defensively, basically. That's when we're going to audible, and we'll just run bubble right here. And he's going to go straight there. He'll probably look to get there, but then he's got to protect the inside. But we're going outside fast because there's nobody else out here. So that would be a potential audible or counterplay to this if they don't really honor the true trips look from the beginning. So there you go. I really like this against man and zone. I mean, it's a kind of high-low read for your quarterback with the triangle in the middle with the vertical, medium, and low. So another levels concept kind of. But in this case, I called it a shallow dagger post because of the actual routes. All right. So there you go. There's a second variation. Let's get back to the slides here. Here I want to show you guys a quick cut up GIF of how Wake Forest ran the dagger last season, which is why I have them as my title screen against North Carolina. And that was a great game to watch, actually. Eventually, I'm going to do a translating to 8-man series episode of both offenses from that game. But that's coming up here in the future. So first of all, let's break it down. So number 5 is that outside receiver. You can see he runs an outside release, bender, dig back into the middle, and he's the primary receiver on this dagger concept. The number 2 receiver is actually number 2 in the slot there. He runs just a deep cross route and gets across the field. And the number 3 receiver, the H-back / tight end, number 85, he starts in that wing position, and he runs the vertical seam down the middle and pulls the safety in. And you can see it's a slow developing play, but they only rush 3, and that gives plenty of time for number 5 to get behind the dropping linebackers. And they actually do. You can't see the end of the play, but they hit him right in the middle of the field for an easy first down. This is like 3rd down and 16, I believe, and they get 20 yards on it. So, I mean, great play on 3rd down, long distance situations, especially in this case, they have 6 guys protecting on a 3-man rush. So, like I said, though, if my favorite one is in the 2x1 spread formation, because then you still at least have 4-man protection. But anyway, there you go. There's an example of Wake Forest running the dagger from last year. All right. Now, if you guys want to study the dagger concept some more, feel free to click the link in the description. I'm going to leave this particular link, and it's going to take you to Syed Schemes breakdown of how a few different NFL teams script the dagger concept into their game plan. And me personally, I follow Syed Schemes on Twitter, and they do a lot of really awesome cut-ups. And like it says, analyzing football X's and O's from a coach perspective. So these are a bunch of different coaches that contribute together and post different content of cut-up videos on Twitter. Just like the Twitter coaching world is amazing anyways. But I really like what Syed Schemes does as well, so I follow them and get updates from them. But all right, and with that, you guys, I'm going to wrap up today's episode of the Dagger Concept. If you guys have any questions for me, be sure to comment your question on this video, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new from me, please click subscribe and check out my previous videos here. Remember, it is all free. And like always, guys, thanks again for watching.